Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Doc and Prof here, back at you here with another debate amongst friends. Doc Leeson here, the podcasting beast from the East, with the Professor John Gotti, the King of RG, the Troll Master, the Analyzed Nation, the conqueror of his own fate. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the Terminator. Oh, yes. Professor Omega, the cleaner.
Best podcasting machine. Least hype machine, and the wise men of your tribal chief, the head of the table, always tranquilo Doc. How was your weekend, man? You busy?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Got the internet going. Got the ladies through a playoff game. It was a rough one, but we made it. Just got to set up that refrigerator that the Professor John got me.
I mean, I was just trying to do my best.
As well as I had to, store away a whole bunch of water.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, you do. Watergate. But yeah, other than that, man, doing good, man. How about yourself?
I think I was feeling a little bit lazy. I think it's more because there's only one really good game on Sunday, and that's
True.
really
I'm
sad.
glad we had a lot of
I mean,
college football.
I
I know you
watched
talked
a
about
few,
that.
but it wasn't that exciting.
I mean, the college football rankings that we go over this week should be fantastic.
Yeah.
A lot of people went down, so we'll have to wait and see.
Well, I mean, we have the AP poll at least, but we have to wait for the college football playoff one. That's going to come on Tuesday evening. So we'll probably have to talk about that on Wednesday. But speaking of which, it really wasn't a whole lot of movement, which is kind of weird. First, 1 to 3 remained the same. Actually, 1 through 4 actually all remained the same. Number 5 is now Oregon, who was number 7. Ohio State remained. Notre Dame went up a slot, so now they're number 7. They was number 8 last week. Michigan State dropped 3 slots down to 8 following their loss. Michigan stayed the same, and Oklahoma State went up 1 as the previous number 10 Wake Forest dropped down to 13.
Man, that's so crazy. It's really crazy. I don't know. I think at this particular point, just like I said, just throw the whole thing away, man. I mean, if we're being honest, we just got to throw the whole thing away.
I'm just looking forward to seeing how the college football playoff ranking is going to go, because Alabama offense was just not good.
But I don't think it matters.
And
that's the part that
Cincinnati
stinks.
won in a goal line stance due to a fumble. So
yeah, it's pretty sad. I mean, I'm curious to see why and what they'll do, but it'll probably stay the same. Maybe Cincinnati.
Well, no, because Michigan has to go down. Michigan State has to go down. They have to go down.
They have to go down, but it's like, watch they go down, but still above freaking Cincinnati.
They might be number 5. You might be right.
Yeah, like who they lose to? They lost to was that Ohio State?
No.
Who was it?
It was. I had it literally right here, and then I clicked off of it. Thank you, Doc.
No, it's quite all right. It's quite all right.
Where are you? You know what?
Yeah, just type it in. Michigan State.
It was Purdue.
And Purdue played.
I was gonna say Indiana, but that was the Wolverines.
Yeah, we can't. I mean, Purdue
and they won.
It was pretty good. I mean, again, anyone can drop at any point, any particular time, so you have to just kind of go with it. But I mean, again, I just don't understand why Cincinnati got dropped. I mean, that's the only part I can't wrap my mind around. But
I mean, you kind of sent me a link on Friday about that, about how
but
much revenue they're making.
based on that link, I mean, you would think that college football would be pushing for Oregon
Oregon
in
wasn't
the
there.
same regard. But I mean, Oregon has been making them money for a long time. I mean, they always have the colorful fields and the shoes, and they got a whole bunch of their jerseys are sweet. But
Because that's
nonetheless,
that
man,
Nike money.
true. But let's get to these games, man. And we got to do the predictions for tonight's game. Um, I You mentioned it yesterday how the Atlanta Falcons are 3-1 in the division.
Hmm.
Um, Obviously, they beat the Saints with Trevor Simeon, which I'm really hoping because I saw inklings out there, Johnny. There were inklings of freaking Philip Rivers saying that he would come out of retirement to play for the Saints, even though it wasn't Trevor Simeon's fault. I mean, 25 for
It was,
41,
yeah.
229, two touchdowns. I mean, I didn't think he did terrible. I think he gave them exactly what Jameis would have given them. They just didn't win. Like I said, everybody
Not to
plays the
mention they
Bucks
had Taysom Hill
differently.
back too. So
They did. They did. And like I said, the Saints play Tampa Bay completely differently. I don't know what it is, but everybody wants to beat up on Tampa. Even before Tom got there, everybody wants to beat up on Tampa, but then they come back and kind of just, I guess you would just say, wet the bed against the Falcons, who we all kind of written off. Like, hey, Falcons,
right now they're at 500. They're still in that conversation in the NFC South.
exactly. So let's move on to the next game. Though we got Denver beating up on the Cowboys. I guess that bye week for the Cowboys just did not help.
No, and a lot of people are saying this because Dak just came back and he didn't practice for 2 weeks. But here's the problem, though.
Mm,
Those are excuses. They got
yeah, we
their,
don't.
just like Dak said in the post game, they got their butts kicked on all three levels.
Yeah, and Dak threw a pick, which he hadn't done a pick in a while. They look like the
They were just
Cowboys.
turning the ball over, honestly.
They look like the Cowboys from last year without
Yikes.
Dak. With Dak, so then we had New England beating Carolina 24-6.
Hmm.
Um, Carolina obviously on a downward spiral. We gave Sam Darnold way too much praise, I guess, in the beginning of the year. They turned out to be frauds, like you said. They turned out to be frauds. Mac Jones came into town and got some got some barbecue and got out of here. 24-6, 12 for
Yeah.
18.
Now
Didn't even
people
have
are
to.
talking about Sam Donald seeing ghosts again, which is ridiculous.
Yeah. But we move on to Baltimore here, where Baltimore once again mounted a comeback to beat the Minnesota Vikings. Um, the Vikings just, I mean, they just can't stop these
They have
last minute.
lost 6 games. They have lost games this year
Yeah, they just can't close them
by a
out.
total of like 18 points.
Yeah, they got to learn how to close them out. They're just not closing them out. It's very unfortunate. But yeah, in
Like,
overtime with
that's crazy.
your favorite kicker.
Yeah. Chip shot for him, 37 yards.
Yeah,
It was a chip
yeah,
shot.
yeah. You could bet your bottom dollar on that one. But the next two games are the ones that really the media kind of had a frenzy with. That's Cleveland beating Cincinnati. First game post OBJ release. No word on where he's signing yet. I assume he's going to clear waivers.
Yeah, he is.
Um,
He's gonna be on waivers officially this afternoon.
yeah, I think he's going to clear waivers. There's nobody, number one, wants to try and pick him up, and then they have a major issue. You kind of want to get a feeler. You probably call his agent like, hey, does he want to play here? Does he want to play? Like, would he want to play here? Um, Before you just put in a claim like, oh, we're gonna take our chances. You know what I'm saying? Where the I don't know, let's pick a team here. We're the Panthers. We're gonna take our chance. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
uh, we're the we're the Jets. We're just gonna take a chance. No. Or the Dolphins. Let's take a chance. Maybe, just maybe he'll turn Tua around, right? But the next game, Jacksonville beating Buffalo.
Yeah, this was a really, really bad offensive game.
Again, so right now with Buffalo, I mean they're not frauds. They're starting
No,
to look like frauds.
they
They're
are.
looking close to frauds. Jacksonville on a 2-game win streak,
What,
which is nuts.
since Lapgate?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. Since Lapgate, that's all it needed was controversy. But Trevor Lawrence also went down with an injury, which is pretty big.
Yep. An update for
CJ,
that is he's currently day to day.
yep, CJ Beathard came in and just led the troops to a victory. I mean, Trevor was doing okay. I just think they need more pieces there. But 2-6 right now. We'll see how that goes for the rest of the season here. And then, I mean, just to round out the week, we had the Dolphins beating the Texans. Kind of like, no surprise there. Texans are in a disarray. The Giants beating the Raiders was huge,
I mean,
um,
he got a lot of praise for being 2-0 since Grudengate,
especially for me. But
especially from Doc.
the Giants slowly but surely are kind of working their way back in. It almost feels like they're figuring it out, almost like Doc figuring out flag football. It seems like the Giants are starting to figure it out. Um, but you know, it's just one of those things. Beating a quality opponent, 3-6. I mean, they still got a chance, right?
They do.
Let's see. The Chargers beat the Eagles again. That could have went either way. 24-20, 27-24. That could have went either
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, that
Um,
game that game shouldn't have gotten to that point, but
I think the
it got
last
to that
three
point.
games, yeah, the last 3 games are games that would have been nice had everybody been healthy.
Hmm.
But because we had some injuries, we had some people missing. I was very disappointed in Kansas City only winning 13-7. Fair or foul?
Foul.
You're okay with Kansas City only winning 13-7 without Aaron Rodgers on the other side?
Yeah, because people completely sleep on what Jordan Love can actually do. I still think that he had himself a really good game for it being his first official start
Eh,
in
it's
the
okay.
NFL.
That's too many
And
passes.
the
Again,
the
too many
Packers
passes.
the Packers defense was still no slouches.
No, I'm not buying it.
You're not
I'm
buying that?
very disappointed. Nope, I'm very disappointed. Number one, the Packers. I mean, 13-7. There's no reason that he should have had to throw the ball 34 times. Aaron Jones only ran 12 times. AJ Dillon ran 8 times. That's not the
I
Packers
will
way.
agree with you with that. I will agree with you
Yeah.
because H. Dillon definitely had a few really, really good receptions and runs.
Mhm.
Um, he had this one reception that was just awesome. It was a 21-yard run, 21-yard reception after catch, and it was amazing. But they kind of started to get away from that, and I don't know. I mean, I think it's a matter of you're used to seeing what Aaron Rodgers does,
No,
and
I get what you're
you're
saying.
expecting the same type of output.
No, I'm just not buying it. I mean, to be up 13-7 and you have Patrick Mahomes throwing 37 passes, I'm just not feeling it, man. I don't. I hope that OBJ doesn't go to the Kansas City Chiefs. I think it'll be
That's gonna
somewhat of a
piss off
waste.
so many people. And now the
I
fact that
know.
there's chief players against the grain, against their own fan base, talk about them being toxic.
Yeah, I think they should skip. He should skip that. He should stay far away from that because you just don't know what's going on. Like, you have no idea what's really happening. Like, why
Yeah,
is it that they've gone that far? Everybody doesn't have the ability to do what Tampa Bay did in the Super Bowl. So you can't say it's Tampa Bay gave the recipe. Everybody
no,
does not have the personnel to do that.
nope.
So it's just really bad right now, and I'm not really feeling it. But Arizona still beating up on San
That was
Francisco, which
that was the one that I said they were going to win this game. Nope.
without Kyler Murray.
Hardly anyone had the Cardinals.
without Kyler Murray, without
D Hops.
D Hops, James Conner with they said what did they
He
say?
got the trifecta.
Trifecta. It was a different word. What is it? The
Hat
trick
trick.
trick hat trick. There you go. Yeah, hat
Hockey
trick. I don't
analogy.
watch. You can, yeah, you can tell I don't watch hockey. Yeah, but Colt McCoy, 22 for 26, putting up EFL numbers.
hmm
249, one touchdown. James Conner again got the hat trick. A lot of people are saying that San Francisco might be in a hunt for a new head coach next season.
Mm,
A lot of people are blaming him for these losses. I know they're saying that they
they were
have
blaming Jimmy
injuries.
G beforehand.
Hmm
Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that it might be time to get the coach out of there. Like it's one thing to have injuries, but it's the other thing to be prepared. And I know that firsthand because um, I I felt better after being more prepared myself.
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe it's just one of those things that he has to go back and look at. But a lot of people are saying he might be out.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that one.
Then we
I
have
don't
the
know.
Tennessee Titans beating the Rams. Quality opponent, 28-16.
It was a quality opponent. Von
Yeah,
Miller didn't play because he's still recovering from the ankle injury.
which is fine.
But
I mean,
I
they
would
shouldn't.
say
I
that
mean,
this was the best game of Sunday.
yeah. And then the Titans. Obviously, they didn't have the running performance that they normally would have.
No,
Deontay
but
Foreman,
their defense absolutely eclipsed whatever
of
running
course.
mishaps. Like that Titans defense absolutely. We're talking about clink clink. They
I
clink
heard.
clinked
Yeah,
that
I
Rams
heard.
offense.
So Deontay Foreman, 5 carries, 29 yards. Jeremy McNichols, 7 carries, 24 yards, and Adrian Peterson, 10 carries for 21 yards. Got the touchdown. He actually won number 8, which is pretty cool.
He did.
Uh, I don't know why. I thought they should have gave the ball to Jeremy McNichols a little bit more. He's the, you know, I wish he would have stayed with Tampa, but I understood he had to, do what he had to do.
hmm
But Ryan Tannehill, 19 for 27, 143, one touchdown, one pick. I mean, they played a okay game. I'm wondering where the Rams fall. Matthew Stafford has some good games, then comes back and has some bad
I just
games.
love how many people like wrote off the Titans after. Like you can see, they can still have a winning formula, but it's even better when their defense step up. That's probably one of the second best defensive performances I've seen, and I believe the other one was against the Bills.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure that the Rams will forever remember the night
Like,
that they played the Titans. Oh, that's picked off. Oh, yeah, Stafford's not going to forget that one.
no, no.
Uh,
People were
but
like, "Oh wow, we have Matthew Stafford of Detroit." I'm like, "That's not fair. That's not
yeah,
fair. That's not fair."
yeah, but Johnny, we'll have to wait and see tomorrow. Obviously, we can get straight into the Monday night game tomorrow. But before we get to that Monday night game, we had to get these predictions going. We got 3-5 Chicago. We got 4-3 Pittsburgh. Johnny, who do you got? I can't even say, let's see who you got anymore.
No,
You see how I had to change it? Like, let's see who you got. I can't even do that anymore.
I'm gonna go with the Bears.
Wow, I feel like you always pick the Steelers.
I'm gonna go with the Bears.
I'm gonna go with the Steelers for the first time I think this season. The Bears might be who we thought they were. I don't know if Khalil Mack is playing. I don't know what version of the offense we're getting. That's another coaching vacancy I expect to see.
And I'm gonna say the Bears because of this. I feel like if they lose this game, finally, finally, Matt Nagy would be on that hot seat.
I think he started the season on the hot seat. Once they took a rookie quarterback,
Bull
I think that's it.
crap.
No, I get it. I get it.
To
Once you
us,
take a
he was
rookie
on the hot.
quarterback,
To us, and most of the football fandom has him on the hot seat. But that GM, that owner, no.
mm, mm. But I don't think the Steelers. You got the Bears. We'll see what happens. Obviously, no dark side of the ring tomorrow, so we could jump right into that game tomorrow and whatever news. But before we go with the Raiders, obviously the hasn't come through yet, but apparently the Raiders are going to sign Deshaun Jackson, which I think is a good move. They
Yeah.
tried, a couple years ago, they tried to get Antonio Brown, the speedster. Didn't work out because of
Well, they
the
had him, but
yeah, didn't work
shenanigans.
out. I don't think well, I think he might have played one preseason game, maybe,
Hmm.
um, but that worked out. Um, yeah, everybody's just talking about this. It's like everybody. I turn on multiple news outlets, and everybody's talking about this Travis Scott concert. I'm just like, oh my goodness. Only reason I know it because in Houston, that's the only thing going on relevant in Houston right now because the Astros lost and the Rockets are stinking it up
Yes,
every
he's going
night.
there, folks. He's going
I
there.
don't even know what to freaking do. Like I know everybody's like, give it time. They have four 19-year-olds playing, but yikes, yikes. But I'm excited for Jalen Green, number two pick.
The people have
Everybody
missed
keeps talking.
the people miss Doc Ellie though.
Yeah, everybody's just talking about how good Jalen Green's gonna be, and I'm just like, when is this day going to come? Like,
I mean, he had some highlights, but I get what you're saying.
oh no, he's good. No, he's good. I think it's honestly it's just a mixture of things. I mean, if we're gonna have John Wall on the roster, you might as well just play him. There's
I
no point
mean,
in letting that
speaking of
40.
which, I mean, Knicks go
Yeah,
get
Knicks are doing
hype.
good. Knicks are carrying
Mm,
that. I mean, come
mm.
on, don't let
Oh
those laws. That
You
one,
asked about the New York Knicks?
yeah,
No,
what
Doc.
you
I'm
talking about the
talking
Knicks?
about Knicks go. The
Knicks go.
horse, yes.
No, you should be talking about the
Knicks
New York Knicks.
go. Who won
I
the
hope it's.
Breeders' Cup this weekend?
Wow, I can't believe you're skipping the. I thought you was like New York Knicks go.
No, no,
Maybe that's a spoiler.
no, it's not. It's not because we lost.
um,
We
but other
lost to the
than
Cavs yesterday. I mean, yeah,
other
we beat
than
the Bucks, but like our defense is not consistent, and you know how I feel about that.
yeah, I think other than that, I think basketball, like you said, is pretty boring. A lot of people are talking about Embiid being out, and LeBron's out till December. Obviously we still have Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons, and he got charged three. He's getting charged $364,000 per missed game.
Yeah, they're trying to strong arm to either have a care or diminish his trade value to try to get him out there sooner. Well, the
Well,
problem is they're diminishing his trade value by doing that.
true. Well, they're saying that he's not complying and having the medical records sent over from the physicians that he's going to. But it's like, I don't feel like that's fine worthy. If he says
That's
he's
not
going,
fun wordy at all. I feel like now this is just
yeah,
them
like
being, hey, ladies and gentlemen, have you not met Philadelphia?
Captain Captain Petty. I'm just saying, like he's saying mentally, I'm not ready to play basketball, and it's like, well, we need a doctor's note. We need a
I'm a
doctor's note.
man, a real
Yeah,
man.
exactly, exactly. I want a doctor's note. But yeah, there's nothing else really on in basketball. Can I tell you how low basketball news is right now? Bleacher Report put out an article. Here's the title: Did the Lakers make a mistake letting Alex Caruso go? That's where we are.
I've been saying this since the first opening night. Heck, I said this like a week before the season
You
started.
did. You did. I mean,
Peop
MVP Caruso, right?
no, I wasn't talking about. I talked about the lack of actual quality stories coming from the NBA.
Nah, I get
They
it.
they
But
just
really quickly here.
they just make it really hard.
But really quickly, I know you watched it. I know we're probably lower on time, but I know you watched it. Can you give us a quick rundown of the UFC fights, as well as I did see the big shot from Canelo Triple G with the knockout. Referee was like, nope, nope, nope. This is over. But tell about the UFC. You got a chance to see. I passed out clearly, but you got a
That's
chance
fair.
to watch it.
The opening fight of the main card, Michael Chandler versus Justin Gaethje. It's about just dynamite. Like, holy crap! Everyone
One of
was
these
talking
guys
about.
took a knee to the face.
Yes.
Was this the one?
Uh, yes, it was.
Okay, yeah. I was like,
Yeah,
one of these guys took a knee to the face, and he
yeah.
was like, when asked about it, he was like, kind of like Forrest Gump, like it just happened. I was like, what?
But Justin Gaethje won by decision. There's only one fight in the main card that was not a decision. Everything else was a
Hmm.
decision, but it was still pretty good. Shane Burgos defeated Billy Quantrillo. That was a fun fight as well too. Shane Burgos is really, really, really good.
Hmm.
To get the chance to come back after 2 years of not being able to fight, live on a big event like this was pretty special.
Hmm.
Of course, he has some support from the hometown crowd as well. Frankie Edgar fell to Marlon Vera. That was a physical fight as Frankie Edgar got knocked out, quote unquote. This was more of a controversial one. Um, I still felt like he wasn't down, but the referee quickly stopped
Hmm.
it. So, the referee is trying to look out for the fighter's health instead of just having him, put it all out there. Rose, I'm the best. Namajunas retained her Roman strawweight title, defeating Weili Zhang. I actually had Zhang winning, but that last round sealed the deal for Rose. I was actually chatting with the Duke about this, and he was like, "Man, Zhang won this fight." I'm like, "No, no, it was
Hmm.
all about the ground game. The advantage of the ground game sealed the deal for Rose." And in the main event, Kamaru Usman retained his welterweight title, defeating Colby Covington. I mean, honestly, Kobe only had one good round in this whole fight. It was a
Oh
landslide.
my goodness.
Yeah.
Kobe.
Yeah. It was really, really bad. And people are
I
chanting
know. I'm looking at.
USA and trying to,
Oh goodness.
hype him up. He came out with Kurt Angle's theme song as the MSG crowd is
Oh
screaming,
no.
"You suck.
Oh
You suck."
no.
I'm like, these are people of culture.
Mm, no, not you suck.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's Kurt Angle's thing. Like you have
No, I
to.
get it. No, you're right. You're right. But
But
that's
yeah, but
awesome,
that
man.
was
I
that was
mean,
UFC 268. Canelo Alvarez, also big shout out to him. He is now the undisputed super middleweight champion of the
undisputed superweight middle champion of the world. But no, that's awesome, man. I think I look forward to seeing it on the big screen. I just got the 65-inch, so looking forward to seeing it on there next time. Um,
He
watching
says this and
this
then he falls asleep, folks.
facts. Yes, this is big facts. I mean, like I
Maybe
said,
the next time a UFC event or a boxing event happens, Doc and Prof will be at the same location to watch it.
you know what? We're really gonna work on those media passes. I know people want to see. That would be interesting to have us live at a game. Uh, doing something. We have to figure it out. We'll have to figure it out as us asking people questions. But until we get there, I know you heard this podcast on your favorite podcast platform, but if you didn't, you can always go to our website at www.debateamongstfriends.com to not only hear this episode, but all of the previous. Be sure you tune in tomorrow as we go over Monday Night Football and see if the Steelers can tame those Bears. But be back here tomorrow for the news, the analysis, and the reads.